So this is the way their exchange looks. You can see the chart here. Here's a list of different pairings. You can either search if you want to, or just scroll down the list. This is Iota BTC right here. You can put in your limit orders if you want, which is very similar to Bittrex normal. If that's something you don't want to fool with, you can just do a market order, which that'll set the price for you, and you just put in the amount you want to buy. They also have a very interesting thing called a stop limit. You can set that if you want to. Also, if you click on the little question mark, it'll go into telling you how to use that function. It's basically you set a certain price, and when it reaches that price, then it'll become a limit order to buy or sell at that price or better. So that's a really good thing to do if you want to just set the price and then pretty much forget about it. You can come back later, see if it's gone through or what, and makes it so you don't have to sit there and watch the market the whole time. It's a very nice feature. So okay, so how do you go about using this? Well, just like any exchange, you make an account, and that's a very similar process for all the exchanges. I'm not going to go through that right now. But let's see, it's a little bit different than Bittrex if you saw my earlier Bittrex video, just in how you go about using it. So, first, as in any exchange, we're going to deposit some Bitcoin. So we go to Funds, Deposits, Withdrawals. It brings up a page and you can see a whole list of currencies that you can deposit or withdraw. So we go to Bitcoin and deposit, very simple. Then as always, we're going to copy our address. Once we've done that, we'll go over to our Exodus wallet, go to Bitcoin, send, and we'll put the address in here. Now, as always, whenever you copy and put the address in, you want to double check and make sure that it's exactly the same in both places. Don't just assume, because if you have the wrong address, then it's not going to work. So once that's been checked, and you don't have to send it from an Exodus wallet, you can send it from Coinbase Exchange or from whatever other wallet you have, whether it's a Ledger Nano, anything you want. I'm just using the Exodus wallet today. So we'll send a little bit of Bitcoin. We'll ask it for sure, yes. Okay, so we sent. Then we go back to Binance, and we can just refresh the page, wait for our funds to come through. So while we're waiting for the deposit to go through, just want to show you another interesting thing about the Binance exchange is that they seem to support most, if not all, the forks from Bitcoin. So the only Bitcoin I have on here right now is just the small amounts of change left over after making some trades. So it's just a tiny, tiny amount of Bitcoin. However, you can see since that change has been on there and Bitcoin is forked into BCX, Bitcoin Diamond, Super Bitcoin, Bitcoin Gold, so forth. So that's 4 or 5 different forks. I guess that's 4. But you end up, they credit your account with the same one. Now, personally, I don't like to hold my Bitcoin on the exchange. I'd much rather have it in the wallet. But if you did have your Bitcoin on the exchange, or if you wanted to move it to an exchange like Binance right before a fork, you can see you'll end up getting credited with all of these. And then you can later just consolidate them back into Bitcoin if you want to. Also, while we're waiting, if you go over to the Exchange tab, you'll notice there's a basic and an advanced. It's pretty neat. For those of you that are more familiar with exchanges, you can do the advanced view here. It's just a nice feature. It's a little bit beyond the scope of this video, but it is something that this exchange does offer, where you can see the order books for the buys and sells, and that does have some interesting information. So you can see, okay, here's 5,000 at this price, whereas up before that, it's not nearly as much. Just some little things like that. This very interesting information. A lot of this information is available as well on the basic exchange, but for people who like that, that is an option for you. Basic exchange does have a lot of the same information. I personally just prefer the look of the basic exchange better, but that's just me. Each person may have different tastes. Also, while we're waiting, another nice feature about Binance is you can just click on whatever coin you want, such as Bitcoin, and you'll see it'll tell you a little bit about the coins. They have a lot of useful information, and that can be great if you're looking for learning a little bit about a coin or something like that. So let's see how the progress is going. So you can just click on the history page, and we'll see, okay, yeah, it's still confirming right now. So we'll just wait a little bit more. But while we're on the history page, you can see, all right, a little while back I got some salt on Binance. Well, that was, salt is something that's available on Bittrex now, but back when I got it, it was not. So a lot of times you'll find that when a coin is fairly new or first comes out, a lot of times Binance will be one of the first people to offer it on an exchange. So that's another thing that makes it a really, really good exchange to use. Okay, so we check our history again, and now it's been a few minutes. Bitcoin transactions are going a little bit slow right now, but it's finally gone through. So let's go over to the exchange. We're going to select basic. And then we see we're already on Iota. Remember, you can do a search or just scroll down until you find whatever pair you want. And like I said, we can either do stop limit, we can do market, or we can do limit. And we'll just do a limit order here. And kind of nice feature, you can put in the specific amount you want. It shows you the max. Or you can do different percentages here, however you want to do it. You can do that in Iota, or you could do it in BTC. And we'll just do the max there. And hit buy. And that's pretty much all there is to it. And you'll see that you have an open order, and it'll eventually get filled if you see that, oh, okay, well, the price is not, it's going up and doesn't look like it's coming back down soon, then you could hit cancel. But while I was talking, it went through. And now it's in the order history. So that filled, and you can go back to your order history, trade history, open orders, so on and so forth. Let's look at deposits, withdrawals again. So now we see we have the Iota here, and if you want to withdraw it, and see network's a little congested because a lot of people are buying it right now, but there would be a withdrawal here, and you could withdraw it to a wallet.